One aspect of film that's really important to understand is the way that a film producer describes their subject. Margaret Mead, for example, her film Bathing a Baby in Three Cultures, uses an anthropological narration of what's occurring in her film, using herself as the expert. The detriment to this is that Margaret Mead is not an expert on how other cultures bathe their babies, or the mother-child relationships that occur in other cultures. So what ended up coming across in the film is that the other, and by this I mean the cultures that were not Western, looked to be less emotionally attached to their babies, less physically loving in the bathing process, and more barbaric in the bathing rituals. In this way, despite the intent of Mead, the mothers in non-Western cultures were further displaced from Western norms, and therefore viewed to even a greater extent as a lifestyle inferior to that of Western people. This is completely different from the way in which Ron Frick describes his subjects in his film Baraka. In Baraka, there existed absolutely no vocal descriptions or context of the cultures being shown. There were so many different cultures depicted in the film, and none were shown as being superior to the others. They were simply shown as being human. The lack of narration provided a film with relatively little context as to what the scenes were depicting or what was trying to be said with the film. There was so much space for the viewer to sit back and reflect on the scenes and really engage with them. In this case, a lack of verbal description was to the benefit of the subjects of the film, the viewers of the film, and the producer, as it created a platform, so to speak, for all three to come together and make meaning out of something containing such a strong human aura. The reason that it is important to seek better practices of describing in film is because in order to maintain film that is reflective of authentic human experiences, we need to describe in a way that embraces this experiential narrative rather than a labeling, descriptive system that defines the other in anthropological jargon, rather than as human beings with something important to say about the world that they live in.